Hello viewer and welcome to Oracle TV. The program is Unspoken and my name is Wangui Gachanja. As we talked earlier, I told you this program is tackling those things that probably you do not have solutions to, some things that you do not know, some of the things that you're passing through and you don't know where to run to. You know, some of the times I usually say everything is spiritual, but sometimes we go looking for solutions where they are not. And this television is here to give you a way. Let us look for spiritual guidance, and also let us also understand, are you sick? Are you struggling with finances? Are you struggling with matters of the law of the land? Are you struggling with issues of health? All these things. Because I love one doctor who says we treat, God heals. And also on this program, we are telling you God gives us wisdom and knowledge to handle things the way they are supposed to be handled. And some of these things, as I have always said, we will pass through as human beings. Whether born again, whether not born again, we have blood that runs in our veins. If it is falling sick, at one point you will fall sick. If it is losing someone, at one point you will lose someone. If it is feeling pain, if I pinch you, you will feel pain regardless of who you are in the society or at your home. And for that reason, in your living room, in your hotel, wherever you're watching us from, we are bringing this information to you. We just want to help ourselves as we help you grow and understand matters the way they should be. And on the program Unspoken, we are bringing in professionals or people who have been there and understand these things, and people who have interacted with different people, different ages, different sex, different nationalities, different ethnic people, different counties. And you know what is happening in Mombasa is what is happening in Nakuru. What is happening in Kiambu is happening in Kajiado. What is happening in Bungoma is happening in Kwale. So for today, we have an honorable person, a friend of mine, someone that when I bring someone in this today, someone I trust, someone that I have walked the journey with, someone I have seen walk the journey with someone else. So whatever we bring here is something credible, is something that you can find and also Google. When we tell you things, also look for other people, ask questions. And the place we always go wrong is we do not want to ask questions. We just want to sit with what we know. And in where I come from, they used to tell us, if you don't go out you will only say it is your mother who knows how to cook. So let us also embrace this thing of moving out, trying to learn more, wanting, not even trying, wanting to learn more and understanding how things are done in this world. With me in studio, I have a good friend of mine, a learned friend. No, it's just that I don't have my spectacles. I wanted us to look like we are learned. Karibu sana. Probably you can tell us who you are and where you come from.
Yes, my name is Penina Muigai, or Mrs. Gatei, as most of my colleagues know me. I am a lawyer by profession. I've been practicing law now for over 15 years.
15?
Yes.
Wow.
And I am based in Nakuru. I have an office by the name and style of Wangui Gachanja and Company Advocates. We are located at Stone Plaza on Club Lane. And so, yes, I've been practicing law.
All right.
And I love it.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So as you have heard, our guest today is called Penina Muigai or Penina Gatei. You know, Muigai, I learned about it today. So I knew her as Gatei.
Yes.
And she's one lady who is out there helping women, helping men to get to understand the matters of the law of the land. And I know, I was telling someone, there is nowhere the Bible contradicts the law of the land. There is nowhere that we have been told, do not follow what the Constitution tells you. So it is good to go line in line, and as you have even seen, even the churches do not do things out of proportion, because there is what that governs us. And today now I changed the language to a learned friend, Penina Muigai, and we will be talking about something that has been troubling quite a number of people. And I was looking at a gazette somewhere, and it was saying that in Kenya right now, because we are in the land of Kenya, we are having close to 54.8 billion unclaimed asset. I don't know if that statistics have changed, but when I was looking at it, it was 54.8 billion. And you can imagine someone somewhere is struggling and praying, oh Lord, I want land. Oh Lord, I want houses. Oh Lord, I want, but this is unclaimed asset. How do we get even to this unclaimed asset? What is unclaimed asset? Where do this asset come from? That is what we want to discuss on this on this show today. So we are calling our subject today succession. And before we get to succession, that is where we get this unclaimed asset. Probably we can start from there. What is unclaimed asset?
An unclaimed asset arises in a situation where there are assets, mostly there are shares in companies or money in the bank or unclaimed dividends, and then people don't come to claim them. So now we got a law that that is managing that situation. So there is an authority called Unclaimed Assets Authority. So when the banks, when the companies have these assets or properties that nobody is coming to claim, they forward them to the Unclaimed Assets Authority. So now, if you happen now, much later, you happen to discover that maybe your parent or your sister or your brother had a bank account or had shares in a certain company, but you don't know how to go about it. So you approach the Unclaimed Assets Authority and show them whatever you have, So they'll go through their records and they will ask you for documentation. Obviously, you know, you cannot, nobody, so that nobody just comes from nowhere and starts
claims that these shares belong
to my sister, or they belong to my mother.
Yes.
So before you even get there, the unclaimed assets authority will ask you, who are you? And if this person is dead, you have to show what we call a grant, appointing you as either as the administrator or a beneficiary of that asset.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Now from there, once they ascertain that you're the proper person they are dealing with, now there's a procedure that they will guide you on until you get that asset.
All right.
Yes.
Do we have a time frame for this unclaimed asset?
Yes, there's a time frame. For, say, for instance, for the banks, I think if an account is not used for, I am not very sure. I don't want to speculate. There's a time frame.
All right.
There's a time frame. So I'm not sure of the time frame.
But there is.
Oh, yes, there is.
All right.
Because the bank cannot keep an account that is not being operated for 20 years.
That is dormant.
That is dormant for so long.
All right.
Or even shares that nobody is claiming them. Their dividends, they're just sending maybe even checks, dividend checks, and they're coming back.
All right.
Yeah? So there's a time period.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, as you have heard, there is that which is unclaimed asset. We have talked about banks, we have talked about dividends, we've talked about shares, and these are things that are left mostly by deceased, by people who died, and probably they had not put their things straight. They had not said, I have these shares, I have these accounts, I have this and this and this, and we will be looking at that later. As we get into now succession.
Yes.
What is succession?
Succession is a process whereby the property of a deceased person is passed on to the people who are entitled to, or to the beneficiaries. And then passing on means distribution. So it's a process of distributing the assets that are owned by a person who has passed away.
All right.
Yeah, basically that is it.
So
the long and short of it is
the long and short of it ni kugawa ile mali.
Yes, distribution.
Ambayo imeachwa na marehemu.
Yes.
Aliaga.
Yes.
And now we have gotten out to where the